Okay, good morning, Year 6. I hope everyone had a lovely Shabbat and restful and well. This week, you're going to be doing one thing, and it's going to be a personality biography. And I'm going to give you a choice of 4 people from Chumash, and you're going to break down their lives. You're going to start with a timeline and everything that happened in that timeline. Now, you don't need to give dates or years or months because we don't really know. We have some Midrashim maybe that might say it and some Mefarshim that talk about when things happened, but I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure that you have the sequence of events when things happened in the right order. When you've done that, you're then going to expand on those events. What actually went on. So you're going to give a brief sentence about what happened in the timeline, then you're going to expand a bit to do the story. And I've given you websites to look at. When you've done that, you're going to use Safaria to look at the texts. Okay, and there are 5 stages of this project, and it's on the PowerPoint, and I explain to you each one how you're to do it. Okay, each stage. And you've got to keep checking your work all the way through that you are keeping to those stages. Okay, and when you think you've finished, you're then going to make sure and review that you followed those stages. Okay, now, I want to tell you a story. I came across a wonderful story that I think explains that Hashem has a plan for everyone and brings people together in the most remarkable ways. And this is a story of a man called Tovia Ariel. Now, Tovia Ariel, when he was growing up, noticed that he had certain numbers kept appearing in his life. And that number was 7401. Tovia's social security number, which is like a national insurance card number, was 7401. His home telephone number finished with 7401. And Tovia always found it very interesting how this number kept appearing in his life. When he was much older, he decided he wanted to make Aliyah, to go and live in Israel. And in 1967, he got the chance to do that. And the first place he lived and worked was on a kibbutz in the north of Israel, about an hour and a half's drive from Yerushalayim. And Tovia was given, when you go on kibbutz, you're given the opportunity to work in different things. Sometimes they ask you, sometimes they just put you where they need you. And Tovia was put in a workshop, carpenter's workshop, which was run by a man called Shimon. And Shimon was going to be his mentor. And after a few weeks, Tovia realised, because it was getting summertime, it was getting hot, so you just roll your sleeves up, it's not wearing lots of jumpers. Tovia realised that on Shimon had numbers written on his forearm. And he was obviously a Holocaust survivor. The numbers on Tovia's arm was B7401. Tovia couldn't believe it. This number again that's appeared. And so he asked Shimon one day, Shimon, why do you have these numbers on your arm? Where are they from? And he explained to him that he was a survivor from the Holocaust and he was given those numbers, and unfortunately in the Holocaust he lost all of his family. But he said before he got these numbers, he had a brother in front of him and a brother behind him. But I don't want to talk about this again. It's too painful. And Tovia never mentioned it again. 10 years passed, and Tovia has become more religious. He's no longer living on kibbutz, and he's become a tour guide. And he takes people all over Israel, showing them different places, whether it's the Kotel, whether it's Masada, whether it's En Gedi, whether it's the Hula Valley, Caesarea. He takes them all over to archaeological places, and he gets to meet lots and lots of different people. One day, Tovia got a call to go and pick up an American tourist from Ben Gurion Airport and be like his guide. Now, you've got to remember, you didn't have to be a guide just for like a big group. You could be a guide for individuals, which meant that this man was quite wealthy because he was basically having a private tour guide. So Tovia turns up at Ben Gurion Airport with his car, and he picks up this wealthy American Jew, and the man says to him, introduces himself as Reuven. And he says, where would you like to go? He said, I'd like to go to Yerushalayim. So Tuvia says, fine, I'll take you to Yerushalayim. And on the way, it's about an hour's drive. So on the way, they're talking. And Tuvia's asking questions, and Reuven's very happy to tell him all about his life. And part of what he tells him is that he's a Holocaust survivor. And he rolls his sleeve up and he shows him his number on his arm. And his number is B7402. Tuvia is in shock. He said, we're not going to Yerushalayim. And he turns the car around. He said, I have to take you somewhere else. And he drives him an hour and a half up north, back to his old kibbutz. And as the car pulls up, Shimon comes out of the workshop to greet them, sees the car, sees Tuvia, recognizes him, comes out and comes to say hi. Tuvia immediately goes up to him, Shimon, grabs him by the hand and said, was one of your brothers called Reuven? And Shimon turns white. And he says, yes. He says, come with me, because I have your brother in the back of my car. And his number is B7402. And the two brothers were reunited after many years. Both thought the other one hadn't survived. This number was obviously implanted into Tuvia's life, so at this point in history, he could bring these two brothers together. Because he'd seen that number, it made him curious, and this was all part of Hashem's plan. And every now and again we get an opportunity, we get a glimpse into what Hashem, the amazing ways the world works, and Hashem's hand in it. And I thought it was a beautiful story, and I wanted to share it with you. So I hope you all have a fantastic week. I hope you enjoy the personality thing. You'll be using your iPads for it. I'll let the PowerPoint explain it better than I can, because it goes through a number of stages. And I look forward to seeing the results. So I wish everyone a fantastic week. Speak to you all soon. Be well.